Now, News Talk Radio, CJAD 800 gives you Solo in the City with Cheryl Besner.
This is your guide to relating, dating, and mating, and getting social in Montreal. Welcome to Solo in the City on CJAD 800. I'm Cheryl Besner, your host of tonight's show and the founder of Solo in the City. And tonight we are also live, and in studio with me I have Eramelinda Boquer, who is one of our CJAD darlings, helping me out.
I tell you, I'm just so thrilled to be here tonight. It's such an exciting show, some great guests, and dealing with a very important topic: how to get through dating in the summer. Sweat-free.
Summer lovin'. Gotta have some fun here.
Gotta have some fun.
Yeah, we are. And you know what? This is also a really fun month. You know, you were a fantastic co-host with me. And this month, I also have an amazing guy coming into studio and helping me out. We call him the spiritual playboy. He's already laughing in the background there. Yes. Frank Mondeose. But I want to also tell people a little bit about what you do as well. The president of Mondeose, which does great events around the city. Also a tantric expert and the VP of the Sexual Health Network of Quebec. And also, you are the creator of one of my favorite shows that we get to go to in this city, all about l'amour et la séduction.
Yes. Cheryl, thank you for inviting me here tonight again. Always a pleasure to be in studio with you and watching you across this table. It's very fun.
Oh my.
I know, that's why we call him the spiritual playboy. He knows exactly what to say. But, you know, now summer is here and there's a lot of great things that go on in the city. But there's also a lot of tension for some people when they're going out on dates. First of all, where to go during the summer, fun things to do, and also how to stay calm, cool, and collected. We go through that little bit of stress on any given time when it comes to especially first dates, right? You're shaking your head, Eramelinda, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got the butterflies, you have the nerves. You're trying so hard to be yourself, but at the same time, you want to impress. It's the balance.
It is the balance. And it especially is added to it when we get summer heat thrown in there. You know, people are afraid of, at the best of times, saying the wrong thing or having certain bodily functions happen on a date. But also we have, you know, hot temperatures dealing with us. So it's really about not sweating the relationship stages, right?
That's right.
That's it. And what
not
to do
schwitzing.
Not schwitzing. We don't want to schwitz. No. Actually, you know what? We do want to schwitz, and it's part of our natural thing, but we can be cool about it and we can accept it. And we can also learn little tips about how to, you know, kind of deal with these issues as they happen. And we do have little faux pas in our life, especially on those first dates. I know I've had a couple real incidents on my first date. You must have too,
Are we
Frank,
going to
right?
be talking about this?
Well, you have a story you'd like to share with us?
Me? Putting me on the hot seat right away.
Well, we're talking about summer loving and sweating it. So should we make you sweat?
Well, yeah. Well, I had a story. I don't know if I could tell this story. Okay, so you want me to tell the story?
If you want, go for it.
Okay, so I was dating two women. And
That's
they both knew about each other. Everything was on the up and up. And one of them was telling me all summer, like, there's this new movie coming out. I want to see it. I want to see it with you. It's a softcore 3D erotica movie called Love, really hot. Anyways, the day comes that we're supposed to go watch it together, and she has to work. It's one night. It's playing part of a Concordia Film Festival and whatnot. And she spoke so much about it that I wanted to go. But who do you go watch a 3D erotica movie with? You're not going to ask your buddy to go. So I asked my other lover to come with me. And halfway through a movie, I'm like...
Not such a good idea. Okay, that's not a faux pas. That was just, you know, not too smart, Frank.
Well, but it ended up in all three of us in a room getting to speak about it and deal with it. So
Well, then, you know what? Then it is a good thing that kind of happened, I guess, on certain levels, right? We're not really sure about this one.
I just say that just sounds really
my embarrassing first date was on once I was out with somebody and I ordered ribs, and by accident when I picked it up, because, you know, ribs is the one thing you can eat, or one of the things you can eat with your fingers, and I picked it up, and I remember I kind of pulled on the bone, and the next thing I hit a piece of gristle and it went flying across the table and landed in his lap. And I was like a little bit mortified on that one.
But you know what? This is where you get to see what a person is made of.
Well, it's how you handle it, right?
It's how you handle it, but also too, if the person makes, is comfortable with it and said, thank you, I really wanted a bite of that too. Makes you feel good about that moment, doesn't make you feel bad. If you're on a great date, that person is going to be cool with it. They're not going to make you feel, and also too, we're human. I mean, I always joke about it. I say spaghetti is the worst first date food because guaranteed. But why should we even care? I mean, in our everyday lives, we're supposed to be okay with everything. Why is it that first date is so important? Why do we have to be perfect?
Because we're putting on these masks and we want to be loved, we want to be accepted, and I think these things happen all the time. So how you could take it in stride is really what kind of date you are, I guess.
Well, the other thing that's very important when summer comes is how we dress and how we groom ourselves, and things that can kind of, help us along this way, especially on those first experiences where we want to put our best foot forward and feel confident, because really when we look great and we feel great, we feel more confident. So that's why I wanted to invite a good friend of mine. His name is Marco Robidoux to the show. He's also used to be the host of Metamorphose. He's stylist to the stars, many in Montreal and Quebec. And he also wrote the book S'habille pour le corps. Welcome to the show again, Marco.
Hello. Nice to be here again.
Thank you. So I got to go right to this with you. What is it that a man, I want to really talk about men right now, because we looked a lot at the different things about women last month and everything with Mother's Day coming up, and we focused on women. So I want to kind of concentrate on men right now. What can men do as far as their grooming to really help them feel calm, cool, and collected?
You mean if they go on a super date, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It all goes with trends, right? Right now, it seems like the hair is back. Like before, for years, we had like men with no hair on their chest, right? Now you kind of see in different pictures in magazine that hair is back. So therefore, we all know that what really stink is hair. But hair on the chest is okay. But hair on the armpit could cause a problem when you're dating or something. So when you talk about the grooming, and there's also, right now, the beard is very popular as well, right? So what do you do with all those stuff? So, of course, you got to be clean whenever you have a date, for sure. And when it comes to perspire, if you know that you're someone who sweat a lot, then what you can do is you got to wear a camisole underneath your shirt. There's no other way you can. Like on a first date, you're always a bit nervous, right? You want to look good, but you don't want to overdo it either. So you got to find a balance. For women, it's the same thing. Same thing for guys. So if you perspire a lot, so you have to wear antiperspirant, and you have to wear a camisole underneath. But then again, it cannot show. That's the whole thing. You put a shirt on and no one has to see or could guess that you have a camisole underneath. So it has to be a deep V-neck. So that and if you wear a black shirt, it has to be a black V-neck. If you're a white shirt, it has to be a white shirt. And then again, when it comes to sweating, you got to be careful with what you wear. And the best test to do is take your shirt, take the edge of it and wet it. Put it in water for 2 seconds and see the difference of color that it gets. So if it makes a big difference, chances are that if you sweat under the arm, it will show through right away.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And it's funny because you would naturally think that if you're wearing layers, it would make you hotter. And I do remember in the 80s, people used to actually have these straps that you would put on, and it had an underarm pad that went on to protect your clothes and everything. These were all the tricks that we used in modeling as well. So, these are all great, great tips. There's going to be so many other things that I want to talk about, and I really want to go into more tips that you can give our listeners out there. We're also going to be welcoming a matchmaker and find out a little bit about what she does and how she helps her clients kind of stay cool, calm, and collected during the summer on their dates. So coming up next, you're listening to Solo in the City on CJAD 800.